What's up, nerds? How's it going? And welcome to another vlog that I have decided to do. I did this on I'm doing this on a whim. Actually, no, not on a whim, because it's currently Friday right now, and I have been honestly thinking I really didn't want to do this because okay, let me slow down and explain myself here real quick. So, first thing first. This is a really weird video because I am doing this for the first time, and it's sort of like a rant, but it's also a complain video. I'm kind of like whining, and that's how I see it. All right, and I don't want to do it. And my friend, who I think you should really check out his channel, and it's my buddy Sean, the MM Bro. Check out his channel. I'll leave a link in the description. I'll even pop it up somewhere, maybe like right here. Over my face, I don't know, but the thing is, there, it's gone. But I would honestly say that he told me that I should probably do this because it was interesting and it was, you know, funny, and so I need to do this. All right, so that's out of the way. Second thing, I really don't like to complain, so this is why I was kind of a little apprehensive, but he said go for it, try it out, see what happens. This week has been pretty crazy for me, in the sense that everything that I have stacked on me has piled up to a point to where my body is changing. Okay, so for most of you who know me, and for those of you who don't, I'm in college right now. And I hadn't been in college for a very long time for particular reasons, and you know, and if these kind of videos take off, maybe we'll have like a story and I'll tell you exactly what happened. Because me personally, I think I've lived an interesting life for the most part, and I have no problem sharing it because it's not like I'm trying to brag about it. I'm stroking my ego here at the same time. All right, so, and that's one thing that I have always recognized about myself, is that I have a huge ego. All right, it's just about the size of my head, which is just as big, you know, and I really don't like to stroke it too often, but when it does get stroked, you know, it's pretty, that sounds so provocative. So anyways, so this week has been pretty hectic. I'm in college, and I'm currently taking 5 courses right now. And 5 courses, maybe to some people it's not a lot, but for me it's a lot because I've never taken that many courses. And not to mention, on top of everything else that I'm trying to do, like work and maintain somewhat of a regular time schedule at home to where I'm doing stuff and I'm able to help out and I'm able to do things, it's not really working out. You know, and I feel bad because I'm not able to do the things that I usually do. Wednesday was a midterm. We had a midterm on Wednesday, and we all have them next week. On Tuesday, I was extremely tired. I had stayed on campus studying a little bit, preparing for some other courses. I was getting ready for that stressful oncoming freight train hit. I was drinking coffee. I was even, I hung out with a friend of mine. He took me to this new place where I could just relax and just chill. And, you know, it didn't help, but it was a great place, though. I plan on going back. So I leave school and I'm on my way back home Tuesday. I'm just beat. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I want to get myself a bite to eat. So I stop somewhere to eat. As I'm traveling home, I'm falling asleep on the road. All right, I'm getting ready to crash. I'm getting ready to, I feel myself because I'm driving. And I feel like my head leaning forward, and I feel my eyes shutting, and I'm thinking like I'm not going to make it to where I need to go. So let me call my parents and let me crash at their house because I only live so far away. So I call up my dad and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm going to crash at y'all's house. I'm really tired and I'm not gonna make it the rest of the way home. Is that okay? He says yes. So I go over and I crash. As soon as I get home, I get to my parents' house. I say, you know, they open the door, and I'm just like, I'm groggy, and I'm like agitated. I'm like, hey, walk up the stairs to see my mom, and I say, hey, mom, and I go to my room, and I just conk on the bed. It's like roughly maybe 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Maybe it was earlier than that. I'm not sure. It felt like 9 or 10. Usually I get tired around that time, but not that tired. But anyways, as soon as I wake up, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Before I conk out, I set the alarm clock to wake me up at 6 a.m. Because I was going to bed so early, I was going to wake up around like 5:45 or 6 a.m. so I can get up, eat breakfast, study a little bit before an exam. Yes, that's cramming, and I'm really good at it. But, you know, it's not good. I'm not going to advocate for cramming, even though a lot of college students do it. But anyway, so I set my alarm clock, and I placed the alarm clock right by my head. All right? The alarm goes off at 5 a.m. Sometimes you have an alarm clock that does it. Some of you will probably relate. So I slap the alarm clock so I can hit the snooze, and I place the alarm clock on the windowsill, which is right by my bed. And I go back to sleep. Wake up at 6 a.m., okay? And I turn on my computer. I'm still feeling groggy. I'm feeling agitated, all right? I don't know why. It just suddenly happened. I'm feeling agitated. I feel like all this weight. My shoulders were like sunk in, and I was just like, why am I waking up so early? You know, that kind of nonsense. So my computer starts up, go downstairs, make me a cup of coffee, make me some oatmeal, you know, and my mom is already awake, and she's telling me, why are you up so early? And I'm just like, you know, I don't know. I felt really bad because I felt bad afterwards because I was so agitated. I kind of like didn't say anything to my mom, you know, when she asked me a question. I mean, and I'm usually a morning person. I love being up in the morning. Fixed up some oatmeal and, you know, went off and went upstairs, you know. And she was reminding me about what today was. And, you know, for those of you who don't know, it was Ash Wednesday, and she was just asking me all sorts of questions, and I was just getting agitated. And so I put my oatmeal down and I put my coffee down, not thinking, and I go upstairs. And it's 6:30. I realized that my class starts at 9. And I was going to take a shower and everything. I was just like, you know, I was going to go and do that. But it was 6:30 and I still hadn't studied. So I'm already feeling agitated, and I get on the computer and I just start going over some notes and preparing. And somehow it turned from 6:30 to 7:15. And now I'm really thinking like, okay, I need to leave at 7:30 so I can get to class at 9 because I'm about an hour away from the university. I'm going downstairs and I'm putting my backpack and stuff in the car. I'm drinking my cold coffee. I'm eating my cold oatmeal. You know, I made it, so I have to eat it. You know, I'm getting all my stuff done. And I say bye to my dad. I say bye to my mom, and I say bye to my sister. And I'm patting myself down. You know that initial pat, keys, wallet, cell phone, toothpicks, whatever the case, floss, whatever it is that, you know, you put into your pockets. So as I'm driving out of my parents' neighborhood. I lean over to, you know, I'm kind of like adjusting myself in my seat because something's kind of off. And I noticed that one butt cheek is not higher than the other. And so I pull the car over and I turn on the hazards and I look in my back pockets and I'm like, where's my wallet? That's where the wallet goes for me. It's just like, you know, and I'm adjusting myself like, okay, I don't feel anything. What's going on? So I pull the car over, I start going through my car, and I'm just like, and this thing, and I've misplaced my wallet before and it's never been a big deal to me. Never been a big deal to me. But this wallet was the hugest deal that I've ever had. I mean, I have been in fights, I have been stabbed, I have been a lot of things, and never has a wallet meant so much to me. And I'm looking through my car, I'm throwing all my textbooks around, I'm throwing my notebooks around, I have this box where all that stuff is, I'm looking under the seat and I'm not finding it, and I'm getting extremely agitated. Pick up my cell phone and I call my dad, and I'm saying, hey, is my wallet over there by chance? Did I leave it? My dad looks around and he says, nope, no wallet. Are you sure my wallet's not there? And he was like, I don't see it. So I get in the car and I take off and I make a U-turn and head back to my parents' house. I'm looking for the wallet. I'm tearing up the room. I'm looking through the bathroom, you know, just in case I looked into the refrigerator because refrigerator, why? Because one time I've actually found my glasses in my refrigerator for whatever reason. You know, I've been that tired. So here's the kicker. All right, I'm not finding my wallet. I'm retracing all my steps. Well, I was like, okay, I went to the computer lab at school. Maybe I left it at the computer lab. So hop in my car and I rush. I drive extremely fast, not recklessly fast, but I drive pretty fast to where like I'm going like maybe 45 in a school zone, 50 in some school zones. I'm just trying to get to school. I get there and I stop off in the computer lab in the morning. I see the guy who's there, and he's seen me before. I mean, you can't miss a face like this, you know, because beard, the hair. It sounds so conceited. I'm so sorry. So the guy recognizes me, and I say, "Hey, I was here yesterday with a friend of mine. Did somebody turn in a wallet?" And he was like, "No one's turned in a wallet." And he was staying at his desk, so I think that kind of like agitated me just a little bit. And I said, "Could you like look in the lost and found for me? I know you have like a little box. I see it. It says right over there. It says lost and found. You know, it'd be really cool if you just got up and just checked it." And he was like, "Well, nobody's turned in anything. Nobody reported it." And that's not computing in my mind at the time. So I'm thinking in my head, like, you know, "Hey, dude, get the F up, bring the box over here so I can see with my own eyes if the wallet is in the box." And the words that came out of my mouth were this exactly: "Do I need to come around there, look in the box myself, and then leave?" And then he was getting a little agitated with me, and I don't blame him. I actually later went back to apologize to him, you know, because I felt bad. It wasn't his fault, but I did feel bad. I mean, you know, I'm about getting ready to call up Sean. "Did you take my wallet?" And I'm going through all these scenarios of like, who did I hung out with? And I only hung out with him, and then all the places that I went to, and then I'm thinking like, oh wait, I stopped to eat at this restaurant. Well, about 30 minutes. It felt like an hour. 30 minutes away from school. I'm not gonna have time to go. So I call up the restaurant. Nobody picks up. Of course, I'm thinking, oh god, this is like the shittiest day ever, and I get extremely angry. You know, it's time for me to go take my midterm, and I just start going upstairs. Face turned like, it felt emoliated. It just felt so hot. Not like blushing hot, but like anger hot. You could have seen flames like coming, like radiating off of my beard and face. If it was any case, I probably would have looked like Blackbeard with like fuses strapped to my beard and tied up and lit and just smoke billowing out. I could have looked like that. Okay, I get to class and the professor's there. He sees me, he says hi. I'm like, whatever. Sit down. And you know, he's waiting for everybody else to show up, and I'm just sitting there like, just give me the damn exam, please. I know what to do. Give it to me. Let me go. You know, because I know. I mean, I have no problem being an asshole to people. I know that sounds really weird, but that's just how I am. I've totally accepted that. I'm an egotistical asshole and a bit of a smartass. So I'm an egotistical asshole, smartass. All right, those three things. It's weird ranting about these things. Professor hands me the exam, and he's like, "All right, let me give you some instructions." I'm not even hearing the instructions. All right, because the instructions are on the paper, you know. And I just start writing on the exam. I get done. It is the angriest midterm I have ever taken. I've been depressed. I've been stressed when I took a midterm. I have felt like I've lost all hope because the midterm was so hard and I didn't study for it. This is one for the books because I was so angry. I was writing, and all the information that I had studied like in the previous day and the morning just flowed into my brain, and it was just coming through my pen. I hand him the exam, and I walk out the door. All right. He says, "Oh, I'll see you next week," and I'm like, "Whatever." I have a large window in between my first class and my next class, so. Call up my dad and I'm like, "Hey, Dad, did you find my wallet by chance? And he was like, no, I didn't find your wallet, son. Did you, and he's asking me all these questions that I've already done, and I think that's the one thing that a lot of people hate is like, you lose something and then people ask you like, well, did you leave it here? And did you leave it there? And you want to answer like, of course I did, shithead. But you can't. But anyways, so my dad tells me he didn't find it, and I called the restaurant up again. The restaurant's still not picking up. It's almost like time for lunch, and I'm thinking like somebody should be there prepping for lunch, or at least, so whatever. I take off in my car and I'm like, hey, I'm going back to the house. I will see you in about 45 minutes to an hour. Drive over to the restaurant, and people are starting to come in and eat, and right there on the sign it says that the restaurant opens at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm thinking to myself, I called at 8, nobody picked up, this is pissing me off. On top of whatever already I'm pissed off about. So I go inside, and I see the guy who was there last night, and I like, hey man, you remember me, right? And he's like, oh yeah. Did I leave a wallet by chance? I can't find my wallet. And he was like, no, I don't think somebody gave a wallet back last night. I closed. I'm like, okay. Can you ask the manager to see if, same question. And he was like, well, I don't think anyone, could you just ask the manager, please? The manager says no, and I'm like, all right, fine, shit. And I take off in my car. Get back to my parents' house, and I am just completely distraught. I am angry. I'm frustrated. I went upstairs. I tore up the room again. I'm throwing things around. I'm going into the bathrooms. I'm going into the living rooms, and I'm just like, living room, not rooms. And I am just throwing stuff around, tossing things about. And it's getting to the point to where I'm about to have a breakdown. I am serious. My face is getting flustered. I'm going like this. And I am honestly getting ready to just snap. Alright? And who's ever in the room with me is going to feel my wrath. Completely. And I feel it. It's kind of like the sound of like those, like when you see matches getting broken when they're bunched up together and you hear the cracks of the wood and you can hear the wood flexing. Like, this is going on inside my mind. I'm just waiting for that extra bit of strength to just go, and then I go off. I'm here, and I lay on the bed. As I lay on the bed, my dad's walking by, and he's just like, well, I'm gonna call your mom. Maybe, she accidentally picked it up, or maybe she put it in her purse by accident. I'm like, whatever. At this point, I've given up all hope. I am starting to feel the weight of everything upon me. School, work, life. Just everything. I know that sounds really weird. As I'm laying down in my bed and I'm thinking like, I'm just gonna take a nap. I can't do this anymore. I can't student anymore. I can't life anymore. I just want to sleep. And so I get up and I have this like, just go through the motions of everything that I did when I came in last night. So my dad's looking at me like, you okay, son? Because I'm mumbling at the same time. Like, it really looked like I had snapped. I am thinking to myself, I'm like, okay. Woke up, I still didn't find it. Even after all of that, I was ready to just call it quits. On that day, I was gonna call it quits for that day. I wasn't gonna go to school. I wasn't gonna do anything. I was just gonna stay home and stay in bed and let the day go by. So I turn around towards the windowsill where the alarm clock was, and I prepared to set it for like 3 hours of just sleep. And the alarm clock, as it's sitting on the windowsill, is elevated just a little bit. It's on top of something. I move the alarm clock off, And there's my wallet. Yeah, exactly. There's my wallet. My fucking wallet! Underneath my alarm clock, in all of my ranting, raving, and stupidity, I totally forgot that I had left my wallet on the windowsill, right there by the bed. And I completely start to lose it. I'm shouting on the inside, alright? I am yelling at myself because that should have been the first place that I looked. No. I go into this panic and I go into this semi-rage and I am just going after everyone around me because it's everybody's fault I lost my wallet. Go downstairs. My dad's getting ready to make himself a sandwich. And he looks at me, he's like, "Are you okay?" And I just slam my wallet on the countertop. And he's like, "Oh, you found it." And I'm just like, "Yeah, I found it." "That's great, son. Good job. Where was it?" I don't even tell him where it was. And he's like, "Are you hungry? You want a sandwich?" I'm like, "I'm not hungry." He's like, No. Come on, let's go get a sandwich. I'll buy you a Subway." And so, oh my god, this video has gone on way too long. I wasn't expecting it to be this long. But that's what happened, you know, and I was extremely stressed. And, you know, and the moral of the story is you gotta be able to vent your frustrations. Alright? Me, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not that kind of guy to vent. I'm the type of person that likes to hold in everything until, you know, I snap. And it's not healthy, but that's what I do. And I don't see myself changing my ways anytime soon. And for those of you who know me personally, you know, I'm the kind of guy that just accepts the situation that as it is, and then I move on. Just don't, you know, sometimes talk about your problems. All right, don't keep it inside. I guess that's the moral. I don't know. Or don't go off on the tech guy at school because he's only doing his job. I don't know. But I want to say thank you all for watching this video. It went on a little too long than what I expected it to be. I really do appreciate it. I will see you all in the next video. Take care. And adios.